One, two, three, and triangle. Right. It's time to try and save Rinoa once she finishes releasing Adele. Which I think Adele's a asexual name, because I believe it's a woman, because in this universe it seems like only sorceresses can really be, well, judging by the name, because you'd be a sorcerer. I think it's only women can be sorceresses, even though that's, you know, I've just mentioned why that sentence is wrong. So I think Adele is a girl, but it doesn't look like a girl at all. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It may not work, but we'll try, okay? Yes. Come on, we have to go now! Sorry, I'm gonna talk to everybody. It's not fair, Rinoa. Can't we do anything? The life support system in the suit lasts 20 minutes. The reserve tank will give her an extra 5 at the most. We have to go! Just like Alton Towers. It makes me wonder if the gravitational pull from the surface of the moon is strong enough for somebody to essentially fall to the planet. Not too sure of the physics of that, but it doesn't sound right. But this is cool, because we get to see what was happening when we weren't there. Principally when we were in the D District prison on Disc 2. Rinoa got saved by Irvine, and this is their story. We have to go back and help everyone. Wow. I told you should have worn your seatbelt, you dumb bitch. I'm sure they get out of there when the time comes. They'll be fine. You don't know for sure. Squall might say, but no one has ordered me to escape and end up staying in there. We can't have that. I have to go help them. I don't care if I have to force you back. I'll just punch you in the cock. No man can take that. See, I'm taller than you now. Smell my clam. Oh, okay. I give up. No idea what that even is. Okay, I'll go, man. I'll go. Just put it away. Bow, 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 da-da-dow. Anybody interested in the music of these games as well? The soundtracks are nowhere near as expensive as they used to be, so it's the perfect time to pick them up. They come with... They're in Japanese, obviously, but they come with some fantastic artwork. There's generally 4 discs to represent, you know, how much music was made for the game, and I can't recommend them enough. I own both 8 and 9. I would have got 10, but it wasn't there when I went to pick them up, and I don't really like ordering things off of eBay, because that's where I used to see them most. Because I actually paid 50 quid for Final Fantasy IX soundtrack and it never came, and I never got my money back. Which is a very old story, and I'm not going into that. Why not, Chris? Why were you not going into that story? Even Zell wants to know. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. I agree, Rinoa. Say what? When did Zell become the stereotypical African-American response? Maybe I just haven't seen it all along. Maybe Zell really is the blackest white dude in this game. Speaking of, aside from a couple random people, there's not that many black people in this game. I'm trying to think if there's a main character who's black. And I'm not pointing it out for any kind of racially significant reason. It's just a case of, unlike the McDonald's ads of today, this game's not political correctness gone mad. You know, this super sensitive approach to just people. you know? Just because you say the colour black or white or yellow or brown does not mean you're trying to, you know, subjugate a race of fucking people just because it's got connotation. What's happening here? Oh. You know, for a second there, I thought that was the dashboard crashing when you have your dash up. But then I realised I'm playing a PlayStation. I'm trying to think if that's the first real glimpse you've had of Ultimecia. This isn't Rinoa. Oh, my loyal knight Safer, the sorceress is alive. The sorceress demands. Ultimecia, the future sorceress inside Rinoa, transferred from a deer. God damn it, this is confusing. Find the legendary lunatic Pandora, said to be hidden beneath the ocean. Only then shall the sorceress provide you with dreams again. She licked his ear, and all was good in the world. Oh, Sifa, so easily swooned. As you wish, Ultimecia. You can tell I'm evil, as I have my gravelly evil voice back. This is good, this bit. This just goes to show how strong Ultimecia is. She actually realises that she's been watched. And don't get me wrong, Laguna and the boys, they realised it as well. They realised it was a presence, but they didn't have the cognition of the magics to realise that it could, what it was. They thought it were fairies. Ultimecia immediately knew something was amiss, and she knew that it was probably magic related, which, once again, she is probably the most powerful sorceress that exists. Did you get to find out what happened to Rinoa? Were you able to change the past? We gotta go back, Marty. Go to her, Squall. Those curious, innocent puppy dog eyes. I loved those eyes. But never physically. That was never my right. What's important is right now. I finally realised that. With the American spelling of realised. I have to help Rinoa now. That's the only thing I can do, right? Wrong. Talk to her, Squall. Your voice may not reach her, but your heart will. It's all Disney shit, right? I'm taking you to the nearest past, to the closest present, to the... What? Wow! Read that one again. I'm taking you to the nearest past, to the closest present, to the future. Best sentence ever. Worst translation ever. Drifting. Such a good tune. Remaining life support system 15 seconds. Am I gonna make it? It's looking pretty bleak, Rinoa. This is like Gravity, only. What is it? 15 years earlier? When did this come out? I don't know. No, it's more than that, isn't it? This is 99, 98? 98? Maybe 15 years. Drifting endlessly. I'm helpless. ... Ellipses. Remaining life support 0. Can't imagine how terrifying that must be. What if I can turn camera yet? Gradually feeling your oxygen start to dissipate until it gets harder to gain your breath. Knowing that you're beyond reach of any kind of salvation, and you're alone in the most isolating place we know. I think that'd be a terrifying way to die. It's funny as well because this type of sequence doesn't really exist in games anymore. A heavily, exposition-based sequence where you do almost nothing, which then leads to a ridiculous and almost underwhelming minigame that can, in some ways, ruin the emotional moment if you do it incorrectly. And if this were to exist in any other game, I would probably really, really dislike it. But I'm not too sure if it's nostalgia or because I think it really, really works in this game as this emotional pinnacle that I just wouldn't change it. And I do think that that's what these games lost. I think they lost that human edge to the characters, that flawed, grandiose nature. Because as soon as Hironobu Sakaguchi left, they didn't have that. Which is why, to me, he will always be the father of Final Fantasy. He will always be Final Fantasy to me, even though there was an immense amount of talent that worked underneath him. Try to remember, Rinoa. Right there with you. Listen to me. And then Whitney Houston just kicks in. And I will always love you if you have cocaine. This is it. This is us. It's gonna go ding, 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 ding. After a dramatic pause, of course. Wow, full screen. So we've got a little bit more exposition before it gets to the part I thought it was. As she sees the Griever ring, which you can buy. It's shoddy build quality, but it's a cool ring. Same with the necklace. The Griever necklace is great. It's just terrible build quality. It's like the cheapest fucking metal. The worst brooch. Blatant. Just cash in. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Oh my god. That was quite a powerful sex dream. I'm gonna go find Rinoa. You didn't need my help at all, Squall. You were already there. Sincerely, your friend, Obi-Wan Kenobi. My gosh, he's going! Idiot! There's no way he can get back. He's insane. He'll run out of fuel and life support in no time. They're both going to die. And then it'll just be me and you two in this escape pod for several hours. Oh yes, I have plans, my dearies. I want to know how Squall knows how all this shit works, man. It'd take me probably 20 minutes to get out of those doors. But he's just, no, I'm going to go save the woman I'm in love with. Boom. I suddenly become a, an orbital engineer. Right. There she is. If you hold triangle on this section, your screen moves faster. And what you want to do is you want to see the way she's rotating and you want to keep her in the center of the screen. And I would love to say there's a skill to this, but there isn't. And it can go perfect and perfect and perfect and you'll miss her. So it's one of those super bizarre things. And I was trying to do uninverted then, which kind of screwed me a little bit. And now I've orientated my brain. Let's catch this bitch. So she's kind of coming in that way-ish. Let's keep her center. You need to try and... I've done it again. I'm trying to invert it. God damn my twisted brain. My 1987 brain. You'll notice she's swinging quite hard as well. And what happens is, when the timer's up, whichever direction she's going with the most momentum is the direction she's obviously going to continue to go. And if you are not there for her as she swings, you will miss her. I think we've done all we can here, boys. I'll try and keep her as central as I can. That's it. It's out of our control. Oh, please don't miss. Come on, Rinoa. Oh, she's getting kind of high. She's getting kind of high. I think we might be good. We might be good. Oh, she's coming kind of left. Oh, grab her. Grab her, Squall. Grab her leg. Please. Grab one of her shoes. Oh, I think we got her. I think we got her. We got her. Oh, yes. I have missed that a few times in my life. And it's just the worst. Like, the game never tells you the controls at that point, so you spend perhaps the first few seconds where you can actually move not doing it, and if you don't do it, it can take you ages to adjust to get her in the center. And it's just, stupid. Are we gonna make it? Probably not. We'll both run out of oxygen and asphyxiate together. But at least we can look at each other's eyes as they bulge out of our face, like that infamous scene from Total Recall. Eloquent. What now? Die in space? I'm so helpless. I can't even see Rinoa. Come on, think. How about a spacesuit handjob? I mean, sure, it's not the real thing, but we could at least say we did it before we die. No, hold on. You know how we were just in a dire situation that needed a miracle to get out of? I think I might have just found that miracle. So a lot of people like to question how the Ragnarok could ever, feasibly be here and not found. Because this is a spacecraft that has been lost for a very long time. So they're kind of lucky that it doesn't have, is it Sam Neill from Jurassic Park on it doing an Event Horizon with his face covered in scars and no bloody eyeballs. Which it is kind of unlikely. But at least they planted the seed before you came to space, if you looked for it. I don't know if you have to read something or if it's in a dialogue. But it's better than nothing. I was always a fan of this scene coming up as well, because it's kind of funny that you can be so openly affectionate and, you know, and admit his feelings in the spacesuit. As soon as the spacesuit comes off, he's lost that barrier, you know, from himself. He's exposed and vulnerable, and anybody who's been in a situation where they felt vulnerable, especially going out on a limb, it's a difficult position to be in, which is one of the more subtle and elegant parts of the characterization in this game, even though it's easy to just disregard him as an emo and, you know, bad Japanese melodrama writing, anime writing type deal, which I think is really patronizing to that medium. Don't get me wrong, there is really bad writing in some of these games. I mean, there's bad writing in this one, but I think the overall coherence is there. It's just, oop, goddamn sensitive pad. But did do a scan inside this ship. It could be contaminated and everything. We could all now turn into giant seals, alien space seals. We could be dissolved. Our eyes might pop and burst. Yet throw the suit off, go out into this contaminated area. They don't give a shit. They want to talk love story. Don't worry about it. I just did what I wanted to do. I mean, look at you. You're hot. You're young. We're both young. It's a fresh new day. Oh god. The spacesuit was in our way before. Huh? Give me a hug. Hug me. Grab me. A real tight one. I want to feel my spine compress. Totally turned into a redneck. We still have to get back, you know. We could possibly be dying right now. You want to live, right? You want to go back and see everyone, right? And not become other people's memories? Something like that. I would have put it quite so dramatically, but yeah, that'll work. And we get to play. So, we need to do some junctioning. And we're going to switch Irvine's junctioning with Squall's. And what we're going to do is we're going to swap Zell's with Rinoa. Not really for the purpose of her attacking, because we're going to heal her up. Squall's going to attack. But the reason I've done this is... Oops, wrong menu. There's quite a lot of monsters that could have decent magic, so it might be worth investing in some draws. Because, you know, trousers are exactly what you need in space. Stops your bits from getting windy. That should be alright. So she can stock up on some magics. I mean, they might not have good magic, but I get the feeling that they do. And they're called, I think they're called propagators. And they're like a crocodile, a funny coloured crocodile. And it's actually a puzzle, this area. I'm thinking now, I'm curious if they give you AP. Because if they give you AP and you can keep fighting them, maybe you can farm them. There's one there, there's the purple one. Like a really bizarre, like, crocodile thing. And the puzzle is, you have to kill them in pairs. So if you kill the red one, you have to kill the other red one until they both could die. You know, if you kill the red one, then you kill the orange one. Or if there is even, I don't think there is an orange one, but you get what I mean. And I used to know the pattern. Can't quite remember it at the moment, but we'll get it. So I don't want to mess with Mr. Purple just yet. Actually, let's go back the way we came, because funnily enough, the room where we took our spacesuit off is now being populated with a giant monster. Ah, red one.